Peace, everyone. This is Girl Siquoyia Blue, and today we're stepping inside Vicious, Dakota Fanning's quiet, unnerving story of a woman named Polly. On the surface, it's a horror film, but underneath, it's a mirror, a reflection of what happens when unhappiness turns spiritual, and the energy we carry starts answering back. Now, a lot of people didn't like this movie. I thought it could have been better. I'm a big Dakota Fanning fan. I think that there were some parts in the movie that could have been better explained and just better overall writing, whatnot. But I do think it's a good little horror film for this time of the year. And there's always a lesson in everything, and that's just how I am anyway. I'm always looking for the lesson in the movie. So breathe in, settle in. Let's explore the darkness that doesn't knock. It lives inside. When we meet Polly, she's renting her sister's apartment. Vicious opens with that silence, the kind that hums like a warning. Polly isn't hunted by ghosts yet. She's hunted by emptiness. One night, Polly hears a knock. An old woman stands there, fragile, trembling, strange. She says Polly will die tonight unless she follows the rules of a mysterious box. It sounds absurd until you realize what she really represents. She's not a villain. She's a messenger. The physical shape of everything Polly's been avoiding. Guilt, grief, spiritual fatigue. When she whispers, "You won't wake up," it isn't a curse. It's truth. Polly hasn't been awake her whole life, for a long time. She has a quiet truth running through Vicious. What you feed grows. Polly never summons darkness with rituals. She summons it with thought, with the wish to disappear, with that soft, tired mantra. I don't want to be here anymore. And the universe, or her own soul, listens. Because energy doesn't judge, it reflects. The box, the curse, the fear, they're mirrors of her vibration. So yes, be careful what you wish for, but more importantly, be careful what you believe. Belief is creation's language. When the old woman returns near the end, she isn't frail anymore, she's vicious. And that's when we realize this isn't enemy versus victim, it's Polly versus herself. The old woman is everything she's buried. Fear, regret, rage, now wearing a body. The fight isn't about survival, it's about awakening. Every scream is her soul shouting, I can't live like this anymore. Maybe the old woman isn't trying to kill her, maybe she's trying to force her to wake up. After the chaos, Polly survives, but survival isn't same as freedom. She passes the box to someone else, a quiet act that keeps the curse alive. The box isn't evil. The box isn't just evil, it's pain made physical, the kind of trauma we hand off when we can't heal it ourselves. Polly isn't cruel, she's tired. She doesn't know how to break the pattern, so she repeats it. And that's the most human thing of all. We pass our own unhealed stories until someone decides the cycle stops with me. Before we close, let's step outside Polly's world for a moment, because the conversation around Vicious was almost as haunting as the movie itself. Critics were split, not just on whether it worked, but on what it was trying to say. RobertEbert.com called it a one-woman descent into depression wearing the skin of a horror movie. They said the fear isn't supernatural, it's emotional. The Daily Beast praised its tension, saying it turned self-examination into a horror ritual. But Variety and The Hollywood Reporter weren't impressed. They argued that the film had powerful ideas but lost them in execution. But why though, said Vicious, said Vicious, simulates depressive self-loathing that's terrifying because it's vague. Maybe that vagueness is the point, because pain doesn't always explain itself. So even if the film didn't land for everyone, that ambiguity might be its truest message. Some things are meant to be left, not understood. In the final moment, Polly tries to make things right. She goes back for the box, but to the girl she gave it to. But when she finds her, the girl looks confused. No recognition, no fear, no memory of Polly or that exchange. And yet the box is still there, sitting quietly, whispering, trust no one. That's the voice of the curse, but really it's the voice of fear itself. Trust no one is how darkness survives. It isolates you, makes you believe connection is dangerous. The new girl standing where Polly once stood, and the cycle resets. The box keeps breathing, feeding on fear, waiting for someone brave enough to answer that whisper with light. Vicious isn't about monsters. It's about energy, about pain. When ignored, becomes its own creature. Polly isn't free because she never found peace, only awareness. And that's where so many of us stop. We wake up, but we don't heal. Freedom doesn't come from running from darkness. It comes from facing it with compassion and remembering who you are beneath it. So before you sleep tonight, ask yourself, what energy am I feeding? What stories am I passing on? And do I still believe the voice that says, trust no one? Or am I ready to trust myself again? Because when the darkness answers, it's only speaking the language your spirit's been whispering all along. I'm Siquoyia Blue, and this is Blue Alchemist Podcast. Stay curious, subscribe, share, like, and comment. That helps me get seen in the algorithms. And thanks for your support. Peace.